Hi guys, let's do a nice little chair yoga video. Coming on the edge of your chair in a perfect mountain pose. I want you to lengthen your spine, engage your core, root your sit bones and the soles of your feet against the floor and the chair. Pulling those shoulder blades backwards and squeezing those shoulder blades together, engaging that core. Inhale here and exhale. I'm not going to tell you how to breathe through your sequences. And with every movement, I want you to take an inhale, and when you come out of that move, do an exhale. Sway your arms up over your head to prayer above your head. Don't drown your ears. Leave that space. Interlace those fingers and take a nice deep breath. Kiss those palms together with interlaced fingers. And hinge that fist behind your head. Don't touch your head. Keep those elbows inward, lengthening your spine, stretching out that rib cage, opening up those elbows. Lengthen those arms. Don't drown those ears. Keep that distance between your ears and your shoulders. From here, I want you to engage your core, root your feet into the earth, root your sit bones into the chair, and side bend to your right. Perfect. Just have a little side bend. Perfect. Go deeper into that side bend if you're able to. Really open those ribs and coming back up to center. And go ahead and side bend to your left. Just a slight side bend. Just open it up. If you can go deeper, go ahead and side bend more. Root everything into the floor and into the chair and bring it back up. Interlace those fingers and put your two pointer fingers together. Everything else is interlaced. Don't drown your ears. Inhale here and exhale. Bring those arms in front on your chest level. Root everything into the floor in the chair. Tighten that tummy and torso turn to your right. Bring it back to center and torso turn to the left. And bring it back to center. Interlace those fingers, press those palms away, pulling those shoulders and rounding your top of your spine. Arch your spine for cat. And bring it back to straight spine. Release those arms and just shake it all about. Tap everything about. I do want you to turn to the side. Now with your chair, have this back arm on that chair back. Make sure that this leg and this leg is lengthened straight down and this inner leg is on the toe. Lengthen that spine, tighten that tummy, pulling those shoulder blades together, looking straight ahead. From here, I'm going to take you through some steps. Tighten your core, tighten your pelvis, and tighten your quads and your hamstrings. You should feel this in your quads, in your glutes, and you can tighten and release, tighten and release. If this is good for you here, stay here. Otherwise, I want you to tighten everything, hold on to that chair, and just slightly lift off that chair and go ahead and lower. Lift again off that chair and lower. And if that second one is too much, stay here, stay sitting and tighten. If you feel like it, you can tighten everything, lift to standing, let go of that chair, come to prayer, and straight spine, pull those shoulder blades together, hip hinge at the hips. Standing back up, you're still on that back toe, grab that chair and go ahead and sit. Let's relax that leg, so bring it forward. Now bring that hand on that hip, you're hanging on the back of that chair. Lengthen that spine, pulling the shoulder blades together. open and step over that curve to the center. Lift it up and back to center. Go ahead and scoot back and tap it all about, wiggle it all about. Turn it to the other direction. Make sure that your ankle and your knee is in line. Make sure that you're on the edge of that chair. Make sure this leg is nice and straight and you're on your toe. This outside arm is on the chair back. Inside arm is on your hip. Lengthen that core. Tighten that core, sorry. Lengthen that spine, pulling those shoulder blades together. You remember your first step. Squeeze your pelvis muscles, squeeze that core, squeeze that quad, that hamstring, and release. Squeeze, and release. Next step, if you're able to, squeeze everything and lift up slightly out of that chair and lower. One more of those. Lift up and lower. Let's go ahead and stand up. Lift up to standing. And let's come to prayer hands. Keep those shoulder blades plugged together. Back foot is on the toe. Hinge at the hip, straight spine. Place those hands on that thigh. And then slide back up to mountain. Grab that chair and go ahead and sit. Come back to center. In a goddess pose, open those toes, lengthen that spine. Inhale, sway those arms up, prayer hands above your head. Bring them to heart center and forward fold. Elbows meet the insides of your thighs, straight spine. Lift up on your toes and lower those heels. Lift up on your toes and lower those heels. Lift up, hold up on your toes. As you bring your fingertips on the inside of your knees, push those knees open and stretch the inner thighs out. Hold those knees open as we flatten our feet. Arch your spine for cat and cow and cat and cow. Flat spine. Dip your right shoulder and dip your left. Let's do that again. Dip your right and dip your left. Coming back to the beautiful neutral straight spine and come up to standing or sitting and come into a mountain pose. Make sure your ankles are stacked with your knees. Sway those arms up, open those palms, arch that spine for a mini back bend. Back to mountain pose. Bring those hands together in prayer. Bring them to your forehead. Lift those elbows high and pull those shoulder blades together. Bring those hands to prayer and heart. I want you to have your right arm on the outside, so palm is out. Bring your other arm behind you, straight spine, torso turn. And from here, bring that arm up. Bring it to prayer hands, straight spine, and lean it over. Hinge at the elbow, that's against your thigh, into prayer. Bring it into mountain again. Same thing, other side, palm is out. Bring that arm in back of you. Lengthen that spine. Lean into it. And torso turn. Bring that arm up. Look at that hand. And then bring it back down to prayer. And lean into it. Hinge at the elbows. Bring it into prayer. Bring it back up to mountain. And stretch it all out. I want you to bring those feet in to the chair legs of your chair. I want you to lengthen that spine. Bring those hands on those hips and pulling those shoulder blades together. Arch your spine for mini back bend and bring it back to a straight spine. Shrug those shoulders up and shrug them down. Bring those arms elongated next to your hips, and I want you to side bend to the right and then side bend to the left. Bring it back up to your mountain pose. Bring those thumbs in the creases into your hips. Open those knees a little bit. Bring it on your toes and straight spine and forward fold halfway. Slide those hands onto those knees and pull those knees open. Arch that spine for cat and roll vertebrae by vertebrae up into mountain and release it. Tap it all about. Crossing your right arm over. And from here, hold it on a non-joint, straight spine. I want you to spread those fingers wide and make a fist. Spread them wide and make a fist. Open those fingers wide, palm is up. Take your first finger and your thumb and flick it. Middle finger and thumb and flick it. Ring finger and thumb and flick it. Pinky and flick it. Open it up. Palm is behind, backwards, and make a fist. Roll that wrist forward and then in reverse. Bring that fist thumb up and pinky down. Thumb up and down. Release it and just wiggle it all about. Wiggle those shoulders, wiggle that spine, tap it all about. Other side. Remember that perfect mountain pose. Bring that arm across, non-joint hold. Open those fingers, active fingers, make a fist. Open and make a fist. One more time. Open and make a fist. Flip that palm upwards. Finger and pointer finger and thumb, flick it. Middle finger flick. Ring finger flick. Pinky finger flick. Bring it back the other direction. Perfect. Ring, middle, and pointer finger. Palm is backwards. Open those fingers wide. Make a fist. Hold that fist. Thumb goes upwards. Pinky goes down. Up, fist down. Come to neutral. Roll that fist forward and then roll it in reverse. Bring it out of that and shake it all about. Okay. From here, I want you to sway your arms up. Exhale, lengthen those arms, don't drown your ears. Straight spine, forward fold to your belly, meet your thighs. Square your fingertips to the floor, or if you can't reach the floor, sides of your shins are okay. From here, take a nice deep breath, pull those shoulder blades together, and then try to bring it down to the floor or the earth. Right arm goes up, torso turn, look at that sky, and then bring it back down. Left arm goes up, and bring it back down. Inhale, fingertips are on the tops of your feet. Slide it up to your shins. Slide it up to your knees. And slide it up to your thighs. Rolling those shoulders in reverse. And rolling those shoulders forward. Coming to that neutral spine. Coming to prayer hands at your heart center. And chin to chest. Inhale through your nose and exhale. Per hands, I want your head to come up and eyes are closed. Per hands come to your head. Per hands are at your head to help remind you to have clear and loving thoughts. Inhale here and exhale. Per hands are at your heart. Per hands are at your heart to help remind you to have peace and love and compassion. Inhale, for hands to your mouth. Prayer hands are at your mouth to help you remind you to have clear and loving communications. On your next inhale, I want you to bring your prayer hands to your heart. Your eyes don't have to be closed for this ending. And I want you to take a moment for yourself. Inhale through your nose and exhale. Chin to chest. Bow that head. And namaste. I hope you like this chair yoga. I can't wait to see you guys at the Y. Have a safe Memorial weekend. Bye-bye, guys. See you at the Y.